All right, everyone, we do have an update about the ongoing rescheduling process. This is not earth-shattering news, but it is news, and I believe this is the first time since they postponed the hearing that we're actually hearing from the DEA. And again, this is from marijuanamoment.net. The DEA says stalled marijuana rescheduling process awaits action from agency head who called cannabis a gateway drug. So he's not pro-cannabis, the head of the DEA. And we'll scroll down here. In purple, the Drug Enforcement Administration has notified an agency judge that the marijuana rescheduling process is still on hold. And, this is pretty important, there are no future actions currently scheduled as the matter sits before the acting administrator who has called cannabis a gateway drug and linked it to psychosis. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. We'll scroll down a little bit more. What this means for the fate of rescheduling is not clear, but if the decision making is left up to the DEA acting administrator, Derek Maltz, it likely wouldn't bode especially well for supporters of rescheduling. So basically, the ball is kind of in the DEA's court right now, and this new DEA administrator, Derek Maltz, doesn't seem to have a very pro-cannabis record or history, and I'll scroll down and tell you a little bit more about that. Among other things, Maltz subscribes to the, quote, gateway drug theory for marijuana and believes most people living in states that have legalized cannabis will continue to obtain it from illicit sources such as cartels due to high taxes in the regulated markets. So his thought process is if we regulate it and tax it and actually have stores set up, all of that is overhead and adds to the prices, and people will probably just turn to the black market or cartels to get it if it's legal. So I guess his thought process basically is that by calling it legal, we're saying it's acceptable, and then when it's acceptable, people won't want to pay the higher prices. They'll just want to get it from the black market, from off the street. He also reportedly insisted that the Biden administration hijacked the rescheduling process from the DEA for political purposes. Quote, it sure seems to me that the Department of Justice has prioritized politics and votes over public health and safety, Maltz said last May, for example. So what's interesting about all this is that the appeal, the reason that that hearing did not take place came after the judge actually denied a motion that sought to remove the DEA from the rescheduling proceedings altogether, and it actually occurred or was brought forth by pro-marijuana rescheduling groups. They are actually the ones that kind of stalled out this process. So it's interesting that in their attempt to get the DEA removed, which the judge denied, they actually stalled this whole process out. They, meaning pro-rescheduling groups. So where does this leave us at this point? We're no closer to rescheduling, obviously, but this gives us a little more clarity that this process, this rescheduling process, may be dead in the water, and we may be on to the next round of whatever comes up, whether it be another rescheduling attempt by the DEA, or maybe President Trump puts that forward. President Trump has made it pretty clear that he believes that it's up to the states to either legalize or not marijuana, and he will respect state rights. So maybe that's the path we go down. But just a quick update here to keep you informed. Again, when new news comes out, I will make update videos. Stay subscribed here. Like this video so that it gets out to more people. And until next time, everybody, stay safe.